morning, Katie. It is probably like 6 a.m. and I'm still half asleep. And I'm here at Coal Lake, which you can probably hear in the background. I feel like my camera's at a little tilt, but we could also be on a hill. So there's that. So sunrise actually coming from over there. I think I'm doing this whole thing wrong. Okay, so I'm super tired, as I've probably said like 15 times already. So we're gonna see how this goes. But this week, Katie and I are obviously watching the sunrise. Why else would I be here this early? I was afraid that I might go a little bit deeper than Katie, and like I don't want her video to seem like a kiddie pool compared to mine. And then I talked to my mom, and she goes, "No, do it." So this is me doing it. To start this off, I'm just gonna start by saying, because the backstory needs to be said, I found an old hard drive from high school. One of the like exterior hard drives, the like kind of you just plug in to your computer. Anyway, I was going through all the videos and stuff from that, and freshman year, also going into sophomore year, was the part of high school where I knew that I was going to school for film and directing. So like I would just have this dopey little camera and just make my little brother and sister do all these stupid little sketches. Oh, it's a card. That honestly weren't even good. They sucked. But I started editing them again and helping them see the light of day. This table is wet. So as I'm going through these videos, I'm holding the camera for the most part. So you can hear my voice in the back, which I know my intention wasn't for 7 years later for me to find them again and edit them with higher knowledge of how to do stuff, but they are freaking hard AF to edit because I did not do a very good job filming, and I guess you could say directing them, because you can hear my voice in the back way more than you would if I did anything now. So I can hear myself in the background directing people, and the first one that I really edited is on our Facebook page. It's a project that I did for my sophomore year health class, and it was about alcoholism, and it was supposed to be like a news broadcast, like one of those kind of things. And I mean, it was very tough to edit now just because Katrina had the giggles. So I could hear my voice in the background, and I'm thinking like, okay, it's just me saying like cut and action and oh, can we do that again? Stuff that I would say now, and I was a little bit more high expectations almost. Like whenever she messed up, I would be like, what are you doing? It's not that hard. Like that kind of attitude about it. And that's not how I am today at all. In fact, senior year when I directed a one act, it got raving reviews from everyone who watched it and my cast, saying that I did a fantastic job as a director. So yeah, I did. So I also found a bunch of little like skits that I made my brother Izzy and Judy do, and I actually called my mom yesterday and I apologized to Isabella for how rude I was as a teenager living with them in Indiana. And she's like, whatever, it's fine. Like, thank you for apologizing, just don't do it again. And I'm like, okay, I don't plan on it. But like all of that really kind of got me thinking. I appeared to have been unaware of how rude I was and everything in those younger, awkward years. And yeah, like I didn't even know I was being rude. I thought what I was doing was normal, and I didn't understand like why people didn't want to be my friends or why people just didn't like me. And I remember at that point I put up a pretty big wall of sarcasm and appearing to give no cares, but in fact I gave all the freaking cares in the world. But I didn't really realize that something was probably up with myself until about like maybe end of sophomore, beginning of junior year. But my mom and I were talking about something, and she made a comment about like, I'm honestly surprised Katie's still your friend from how rude you are to her, or something along those lines. And I remember thinking like, what? No, like, I'm fine. Katie's my friend because we like each other and we get along and all that fun friendship stuff. I don't remember when it actually like hit me that yeah, like I kind of treated Katie like crap in a way, until like I just remember a couple months ago texting Katie after I'd already moved back from Florida, and I sent her like this big long text about like how sorry I was that I treated her the way that I did sometimes, and how like honestly sorry I was, and that I didn't realize that it was happening. That doesn't make up for it. Like I was still a rude little turd to her sometimes, but yeah. Katie was super sweet about the whole thing, like obviously she would, and was like, no, like you're fine, I understand, like you were going through a lot at that time, and like we were genuine friends, so it's not like it was a whole one-sided friendship. I don't feel like it was. But then again, I didn't think I was a horrible human being back then. Okay, I say horrible human being as in like I was rude AF and I just didn't know it. I wasn't like a racist slob who was voting for Romney, so there's that. And that kind of really got me thinking about my friendship with Katie and how she always seems to and how she always seems to just like re-enter my life when I need someone the most. She, like 6th grade, she was like my best friend when I didn't have any. And then again in high school when that was a really frustrating transition. It was exciting. I was ready to just be in the high school, but I didn't have really any friends at that point, so then that's when she came in. And then I don't count like anything that happened when I was at Westfield, because she was just always there and just a cute little buttercup in my life. And then when I moved back here, we kind of like lost contact a little bit because she didn't have a Facebook quite yet, but that's when I started making like legit friends who like I'm still friends with today. And then when I moved to Florida, talked to her some bit down there, and then when I came back here, we really started talking again, and like doing this project with her, getting to talk more with her and everything has honestly helped me so much. If anyone knows me like really well, you know that I'm not like the most religious person out there, but like still religious. I almost like to think that like how in Lilo and Stitch, Lilo wishes on that star to just like, please, 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 please give me a friend. I want a friend. Like I feel like that's how I feel. Like she's the Stitch to my Lilo, and that God just knew that I needed someone, and that probably Katie needed someone, and he's like, you know what? These two girls would be perfect for each other. And here we are 10 years later, like still going strong. And another reason why I like to think that instead of just, crazy funny happenstance, is that Katie is super religious. Like, not in a bad way. She's not like cram it down your throat religious. But, like, I seriously think that God just decided that we needed to meet in life and help each other through obstacles and the good times and the bad times. The early mornings where we decide to watch the sunrise. I'm still a beautiful shade of blue. Let me see if I can fix that. The other reason why I think God just decided that we needed to be together was when she has entered my life during these tough times. Not only has she, my hair, I can't even. Not only has she offered me her friendship and that advice, but she always ends up saying, like, you can take this how you want it, but this is how I feel. And we actually had a conversation a couple weeks ago about the plans that God has for us in life. And that's another thing that I really love about her, is when I'm getting in like a real funk and just not doing so well, like just in every way, Katie brings God back into me and reminds me that, like, yeah, he's there. You need to trust him. And that is honestly like a great reminder. Obviously, if you're not like a super religious person or religious at all, maybe your version of Katie is the person who knows that and gives you non-religious advice that pretty much says the same thing. But thankfully, my Katie realizes that I need to be reminded that he is present and he's there and he's watching me and he's taking care of me. You can see the geese now. Alright, Katie. Let's end this more. I mean, this video was already pretty positive. I didn't talk about anything too sad. Just my character growth and how much I freaking value our friendship and, like, thank God for it every day. But let's talk about your farmer's market experience. One, if it was that hot, why were you wearing a long sleeve shirt? That is my first question. Because it was probably like hot as balls out there. And you're wearing overalls and a long sleeve shirt. You're crazy. Kevin is my new best friend. I want to hold him and sing Jonas Brother harmonies in his ears. This isn't SOS, don't want a second guess, this is the bottom line, it's true. If you're on a gluten-free diet, you ate bread, like, that's fine. I was more concerned about Noelle, because she's celiac, and I remember that she couldn't have, like, anything with gluten in it, or she would feel sick to her stomach. But yet she's eating lasagna and the bread from your sandwich. So has it just gotten better over the past few years? Is it not as bad anymore? Can she finally eat Chick-fil-A in its allness? This is me eating Chick-fil-A. Double nuggets. Oh, baby ducklings or geeslings over there. I know they're called goslings. Geeslings is cuter. Oh my goodness. And since we're just talking, let's make some other comments about life. The US is dominating in the Olympics. Bless. I start school in like 2 weeks. Nah. I get to see Daniel on Thursday. It's been like almost 2 weeks since I've seen him last, so excited. And it's getting really hot really fast. I'm pretty sure the sun has risen to its fullness, and you'll get to watch that. You'll get to watch that. I really need to go back to sleep, go home, not be wearing so many layers of clothing, because Had I been prepared, this humidity wouldn't suck, because I like humidity. But this sucks, because I'm wearing sweater, wearing joggers. Right, Katie? I don't know what that was for. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I'm excited to see yours. And hello, everyone watching this. Sorry it was so boring, but I'm gonna go back to sleep now. Okay, goodbye. I love you. Unlike Daniel. Little turd.